Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Selamat siang. I think we running on schedule and we already received participant coming. So yeah, it's clear to start that our event on this afternoon. Okay, so selamat siang, good afternoon. Welcome to the event. Unlock the algorithm. Elevate your Airbnb booking strategy with Stah. So terima kasih semuanya sudah bergabung untuk hari ini di hari Jumat. Kita siap untuk eventnya. Terima kasih juga untuk BV RMA yang sudah support juga untuk event ini, untuk melaksanakan event ini oleh Stah dan juga Airbnb. So today's session will be like Saju said, this campur aduk will be conducted in English and Indonesian. So feel free to, if you ask any question, there will be a Q&A button, and then you can address the question both in English or Indonesian. So yeah, before we begin, I'd like to inform a little housekeeping, and I'm trying to making sure all the attendees could hear my voice clear, right? Yeah. So little housekeeping. All participants now have been muted in this upon joining. So hanya bisa mendengar suara panelis saja. Kalau ada pertanyaan, kita tidak bisa mendengar suaranya teman-teman. Jadi nanti akan ada button Q&A. Button Q&A untuk address the question. So we will we will have a time to address that Q&A session in one session as well. So and then the tips, please make sure close all tabs. So let's quit the other works and focus to this event webinar. So you guys could get information loud and clear. And this presentation, there will be a poll question. Please participate to the poll question as well. So yes, after this, we will starting the presentation and the event. Mbak Ulan will from Stah will start the introduction as well.
Oke, terima kasih. Terima kasih Mas Jo. Selamat siang teman-teman semua. Yang belum kenal saya, salam kenal. Yang sudah kenal, terima kasih udah join. Saya paksa-paksa juga ya, makasih loh. Alright, so actually I will share my screen. Oke, terima kasih. Kenalin yang belum kenal, aku Wulan, BDM Indonesia dari Stah. Stah ini pasti udah tahu lah ya, kita sudah lama di dunia ini. Start dari 15 tahun yang lalu, and then we do have again 20,000 happy customer, and we actually right now is a part of the Access Group, which is in the future we will give you a lot of update about the technology for sure. And then sekarang kita sudah ada dengan 450 plus group and chains, termasuk dengan Archipelago, Swiss Bell, Hotel Indonesia Group, Wyndham, and Best Western, Radisson, and everything. And then kita juga punya 500 plus integration, jadi jangan khawatir teman-teman kalau aku bisa connect sama ini nggak ya? Aku bisa connect sama ini nggak ya? Bisa ya. Apa sih yang nggak bisa ya kan? Terus kita, nah ini aku tunjukin siapa aja sih yang, karena hari ini adalah hari yang spesial. Kita pertama kali dengan Airbnb, terima kasih banyak ya Saju. It's really special for us. This is our very first time since forever. So I'm looking forward for another with Airbnb. Yeah. So this is actually today we are talking about the Airbnb environment, which mostly in our environment, in Stah environment, Usually it's about villa, kompleks villa, guest house seperti itu, and then townhouse, and then apa aja sih brand yang sudah join dengan kita menggunakan vacation rental. Karena untuk villa biasanya kita lebih suggest untuk using a vacation rental. Kita ada Sothis, ada Outpost. Kalau di luar Bali ada The Paragon. Kalau di luar negeri ada Adelenino Villa Management. Tapi mostly karena basically sekarang ini tren villa ini is quite massive di Bali. So most of them are located in Bali gitu. Oke, oke, oke. Sekarang aku tunjukin, right now we are in Airbnb snapshot, terutama untuk Q1. Jadi bisa dilihat kenapa aku kasih cuman beberapa area ini, I'm sorry kalau misalnya ada beberapa yang miss, tapi, yang aku fokuskan adalah, mostly, majority yang ada di Airbnb. Oke, saat ini yang aku lihat adalah yang Jakarta, and then Bogor, Bandung, Yogyakarta, Malang, Bali, Lombok. Kalau Jakarta itu biasanya lebih dominan sama kayak townhouse, apartemen. Kalau misalnya Bogor itu biasanya villa, kayak gitu-gitu. Nah, terus saat ini kalau bisa dilihat dengan listing yang sebegini, dengan sebegini banyak gitu ya, terus okupansinya seperti ini, and then ADR-nya seperti ini, and then revenue seperti ini. Jadi gimana sih dari sisinya staff untuk ngebantu, maximize gitu ya, gitu. Oke, salah. Oke, jadi dari, base yang tadi ini number-nya, ini, ada beberapa faktor yang, mempengaruhi untuk okupansi tadi. Jadi gimana sih caranya untuk generate, revenue dengan okupansi yang sudah kita lihat lumayan kan Q1 agak, rendah ya gitu. Nah biasanya memang kalau misalnya kita ini rely on seasonal gitu kan, high season, low season, cuman untuk area tertentu yang di luar Jawa biasanya, matriksnya itu tidak sama dengan Bali gitu. Kalau misalnya Bali kan pasti summer and then mungkin end of year kan gitu. Kalau end of year aku rasa, semua area mungkin sama, tapi ada beberapa yang tidak sama. Seperti contohnya kalau mungkin di Jogja itu rely on, anak sekolah libur gitu. Habis itu, online visibility-nya, itu tuh biasanya, kita, ngelihatnya dari high ratings. Jadi ketika teman-teman itu bisa, maintain maintain, ratings di OTA, Airbnb, Booking.com seperti itu dia akan, improve the visibility and the trust. Karena kita butuh ya trust dari, the guest gitu. And then for the guest experience, ini aku tambahin sedikit aja, kadang tamu itu saat ini trennya adalah, ketika misalnya teman-teman bisa offering extra, offering some unique that nggak ada nih tempat lain gitu. Contohnya kalau air pickup kayaknya everyone gitu ya, cuman ada beberapa misalnya aku sempat, ngomongin ini juga, waktu minggu lalu di BWRME bahwa probably you can just, making like some package atau add on motorbike. Kalau di Bali butuh banget, itu kayak mandatory. Orang datang sini and then they will always ask about, "Where do I need to rent motorbike?" Even mereka nggak bisa nyetir, ya kan? Tapi biasanya mereka akan kayak, "Di mana aku bisa sewa motorbike?" Gitu. Even kalau misalnya mungkin di Jogja, atau mungkin, Jogja itu kan biasanya ada beberapa, tourism part. Somehow mereka butuh kayak, mungkin sepeda kah atau apa, itu tuh, biasanya it's good for you guys untuk masukin ke add-on, kayak gitu-gitu. Lalu, let's say nah di sini adalah stay patterns dari property types across the region. Again, karena tadi aku, mention-nya adalah Jakarta, Bandung, Bogor gitu kan ya, jadi aku pisah-pisahin nih. Jadi kalau di Jakarta again is city apartment dan dia pasti akan attract domestic corporate, travelers, habis itu mungkin ada event attendees, habis itu staycation itu tuh, biasanya mereka akan booking melalui like hashtag staycation kan gitu. Nah booking behavior-nya adalah sekitar 1 sampai 3 malam. Biasanya di weekday kayak gitu-gitu. Jadi di sini juga ada tuh aku tulis apa sih staff feature-nya yang bisa membantu untuk, istilahnya untuk make sure kalian tuh stay on the line, jangan sampai kebobolan, jangan sampai ada yang miss itu. Kalau untuk area Jakarta, fast calendar pastinya connectivity itu harus dijaga kan gitu ya. Jangan lupa, promonya juga di-update. Nah untuk, Airbnb itu juga bisa, apa sih, update melalui channel manager kita gitu. And then untuk Bandung sendiri itu lebih ke villa, habis itu modern homes, terus dia lebih attracting kayak, anak-anak muda ya kan, grup gitu, "Eh ayo kita, weekend," gitu. Nah, biasanya mereka juga stay-nya sekitar 2 sampai 4 hari, lalu mereka ya price sensitif, tapi lebih ke kayak, "Oh, instagramable banget nih villa ini," gitu. Mereka pasti akan booking, ya udahlah tambah-tambah sedikit yang penting bisa foto-foto gitu kan. Di situ juga dirimu, bisa untuk, listing optimization, habis itu jangan lupa pricing-nya juga dijaga. And then untuk Bogor juga kayaknya nggak terlalu mirip, tapi agak agak mirip sedikit, cuman dia biasanya akan attract market yang lebih, seneng yang menikmati alam, kan gitu. Ada biasanya keluarga, kan gitu. Biasanya last minute juga yang aku bisa lihat dari Bogor tuh biasanya last minute, datang langsung biasanya juga, dari Jumat sampai, hari Minggu, ya kan. Nah dari situlah itu dari sisinya staff itu bisa bantu di auto stop sell, terutama pas waktu di weekend, kayak gitu-gitu sih. And then Yogyakarta culture for sure, and then target market-nya juga lokal, cultural travelers yang aku, inget itu teman-teman kalau teman-teman aku sendiri dari sisi pribadi, biasanya datang ke Jogja itu karena culture, pengen lihat candi, kayak gitu-gitu. Nah, mereka pasti akan melihat, nggak apa lah biasanya sekarang paling banyak adalah homestay tapi yang ada joglonya, kan gitu ya. Biasanya mereka udah di-planning tuh, kalau misalnya domestik biasanya akan datang sekitar waktu anak sekolah liburan atau school holidays gitu. Malang Malang itu agak berbeda, dia tuh lebih ke cozy home, ada juga beberapa townhouse if I'm not mistaken. Terus habis itu mereka lebih attract, local families biasanya tuh, pelarian dari Surabaya ke Malang ya kan, karena adem ayem di sana. Rata-rata mereka itu stay-nya sekitar 2 sampai 3 malam, lalu mereka akan melihat juga secara budget sih, gitu. Nah, di sini kalian bisa pakai fiturnya Stah dengan mix optimization. Nah, untuk di Bali sendiri, karena aku juga base-nya di Bali, teman-teman. Di Bali sendiri untuk, Airbnb setahuku adalah itu kebanyakan adalah villas, private pool homes, bungalow, sama yang terbaru, sebenarnya nggak baru-baru banget ya, itu glamping. Cuman akhir-akhir ini kayaknya yang aku lihat trennya dari akhir tahun kemarin sampai hari ini pun itu kayaknya, semakin banyak glamping sih, gitu. Nah, untuk target market-nya itu mereka akan attract mid to high and then couples ya, digital nomad ya, banyak kali di Bali, dan families. Families biasanya akan selected area sih sebenarnya, gitu. Nah, di sinilah kalau misalnya di Bali sendiri itu seperti yang kita semua tahu, itu pasti mereka akan longer stay, terutama digital nomad mereka bisa sampai extend lah ya, monthly jatuhnya. And then biasanya kadang mereka akan melihat, habis itu, mereka akan lihat, oh bagus, terus mereka lihat, lokasinya langsung direct, terus habis itu mereka akan booking lewat Airbnb biasanya, jadi last minute lah jatuhnya. And then, di sinilah kita bisa atur dengan dynamic pricing. Jadi, kita bisa kayak misalnya adjusting dengan, apa namanya, biasanya kan kalau misalnya, villa itu ada 2 kamar, 4 kamar kan gitu, kalau misalnya dibikin kayak tier-tier itu nanti tinggal dibantu ganti harganya akan berbeda juga gitu. Jadi, dirimu punya banyak opsi gitu. And then package bundling juga jangan lupa, tadi motorbike tadi itu penting ya kan, itu bisa dibikin, as a unique ways untuk kalian attracting the guest, even, spa, sekarang itu udah kebanyakan mengarah ke wellness juga gitu. Lalu untuk, Lombok itu, this is really really interesting karena aku melihat di sana kebanyakan eco resort, beachside huts. Kalau beachside hut aku melihat sih, cuman eco resort ini it's a new I think, atau mungkin akhir tahun lalu kalau nggak salah, terus sama surf lodge. Jadi di sini dia akan again, dia akan attract, adventure, traveler, surfer, karena di sana kan ada ini ya, khusus yang di Selong Belanak biasanya. Terus habis itu digital nomad sama eco conscious tourist. Biasanya mereka karena di area tengah ke selatan itu dia tuh kan enak tuh kayak secluded area. Jadi biasanya lebih lama sih, 4 sampai 7 malam gitu. Biasanya mereka langsung booking biasanya lewat meta search, langsung ke direct booking ke booking engine-nya mereka gitu. Lalu biasanya kenapa sih tamu-tamu saat ini lebih memilih villa daripada hotel? Itu preference-nya adalah seperti ini. Jadi biasanya villa itu lebih murah karena bisa dibagi kan gitu ya. Biasanya grup-grupan itu kan banyak kali gitu kan. Ya udahlah kamu satu kamar 2 sampai 3 kamar 3 orang gitu kan. Nah, itu tuh kalau dihitung-hitung biasanya lebih murah 15 sampai 25% daripada hotel sebenarnya kalau mereka menghitung gitu. Nah, selain itu key reason-nya adalah satu adalah privacy sama eksklusif gitu ya untuk keluarga, grup gitu karena mereka nggak mau ketemu yang lain kayak gitu. And then another one is private amenities, ada pools, garden, terus nggak ada lift kan gitu ya. Males turun gitu. Jadi lebih enak aja gitu. Terus habis itu ada better value for groups daripada hotel room. Biasanya ada apa sih? Ada additional makanannya atau mungkin buah biasanya seperti itu. Lalu flexibility untuk remote work. Biasanya kalau villa mereka akan providing really really good internet, WiFi ya, sama kayak desk gitu loh untuk bekerja gitu biasanya. Makanya kenapa digital nomad tuh lebih preferred apa sih villa daripada hotel. Nah saat ini yang ada di Indonesia sendiri itu yang paling nomor satu tuh ini secara general ya, aku nggak ngomong as a villa wise tapi secara general itu yang nomor satu adalah Traveloka. Nah, Airbnb udah naik nih, gitu kan, nomor 10. Semoga naik lagi ya, gitu kan. Karena trend marketnya is really really changed than the past years. Jadi it's really good to see, kayak evolving the market gitu. Nah, gimana sih supercharge your Airbnb account gitu. Again, kita tuh sync availability, pricing sama konten tuh kita bisa lewat channel manajernya kita. And then automated guest messaging kalian itu tanpa harus ke extranetnya Airbnb daripada repot-repot buka lagi. You can actually open and then message your guest melalui channel manajernya kita. Terus habis itu tanpa juga pergi ke extranetnya Airbnb, kalian juga bisa create listingnya lewat channel manajernya kita gitu di bagian channels. Lalu ada multi listing dashboard, berapapun listing kalian tuh bisa di-create melalui channel manager kita. Lalu kalian bisa set up promo juga lewat kita gitu. Reporting sama analitik juga kita providing and it's real time gitu. Jadi sebenarnya si Stay ini gunanya untuk apa? Biar nggak buka banyak tab sebenarnya dan menghilangkan fokus. Biasanya kan kalau aku sendiri nih, biasanya aku sendiri ini contoh harus sibuk gitu kan, terus habis itu, "Oh, aku harus buka tab ini nih." Ketika aku buka tab biasanya kan agak-agak loading dikit, itu tuh udah kayak ngeblank karena apa ya, jangan bilang saya tua ya, cuman apa namanya, usually ketika kita blink it once, even 1 second, itu tuh kayak it's splitting on our brain, biasanya seperti itu, gitu. Nah, selain itu, gimana sih untuk vacation rentalnya kita itu membantu teman-teman villa, teman-teman manajemen gitu kan ya. Nah, di vacation rental kita ini lumayan spesial. Jadi, even kalian punya villa di mana, di Bali misalnya gitu. Terus habis itu satu lagi villanya di Sulawesi. Habis itu satu lagi villanya di Bogor gitu kan. Nah, dengan satu dashboard kalian bisa ngurusin semuanya gitu. One place all over of your properties gitu. Jadi berapapun properti dengan satu dashboard kalian bisa monitor itu dengan sangat gampang, listingnya juga udah masuk di situ. Terus habis itu apalagi ya, messaging-nya juga bisa lewat sana, terus all the properties itu nanti akan ada reportnya di sana juga. Jadi jangan khawatir, kayak gitu. Nah, Ini manage multiple listing yang tadi aku bilang. Jadi untuk managing itu all Airbnb sama OTA yang lain pun itu listingnya di properti kita. Walaupun beda-beda region gitu ya. Itu untuk vacation rental itu jadi satu dashboard which is going to be really really good for you guys daripada oh ini satu buka satu lagi, profile satu buka satu lagi. Daripada gitu mending satu dashboard gitu. And then it's automatic availability updates, guest messaging again, terus track performance sama use auto replies gitu. Lalu lanjut gitu. Ini sama kayak tadi. Jadi untuk avoid double booking, again is a channel manager job desk. Terus save time for sure karena saat ini ya kalau bisa save time kenapa enggak kan gitu ya. Jadi fokusnya adalah ketika kalian sudah set up di sistem itu nanti kalian bisa fokus ke yang lain, misal mungkin service, misal mungkin collaboration with spa mungkin, atau mungkin lebih mau tambahin nih function-nya gitu, atau misalnya benefit ke propertinya kalian dengan collaboration with a beach club atau apapun itu untuk menambah value dari properti kalian gitu. Oke, nah ini looks ketika kalian mau messaging lewat Stah. Jadi yang bisa Airbnb adalah salah satu OTA yang bisa messaging ke guest melalui Stah. Jadi kalian nggak perlu lagi tuh buka extranet lagi gitu. And it's good for you guys untuk maintain communication. Biasanya kan kalau di awal-awal biasanya kalian say hi, greetings, lalu menawarkan nih, kamu butuh ini enggak? Kamu butuh airport pickup enggak? Kamu butuh apa nih? Misalnya kamu butuh private chef enggak? Atau kalian butuh misalnya sepeda enggak? Di sini ini loh areanya kayak gini gini gini. Itu tuh bisa lewat sini tanpa harus ke extranet lagi gitu. Lalu nah gunanya untuk apa ya? Untuk build the trust. Jadi kalian tuh istilahnya touch their heart. Get their heart ya kan. Jadi, oh iya nih enak banget nih aku ditanyain daripada aku bertanya ya kan. Jadinya aku ditanyain. Jadi, looks like we care, to the guest gitu. Jadi it's really good for us to show that we are care for their stay. Jadi kita juga in the end of the day kan dapat, review yang bagus gitu kan ya, tanpa kita harus minta. Biasanya kalau misalnya everyone is happy staying with us, tanpa harus kita minta pun mereka akan share the stories, share the review the on the app gitu. Dan biasanya mereka akan mention nama, which is really really good gitu. Kasih tahu bos, ya kan? Terus, nah selanjutnya aku tunjukin kenapa ada voucher di sini, gunanya untuk apa? Again, yang aku bisa highlight saat ini trennya adalah we cannot get the revenue only selling the rooms gitu. Jadi rooms even like breakfast itu saat ini udah aku nggak bisa bilang nggak zaman, enggak, tapi we have to think more or apa ya, bisa dibilang kita harusnya bisa lebih mikir 10 langkah lebih ke depan gitu, apalagi yang bisa aku jual gitu kan. Contoh, misalnya ada, apa sih namanya, kalian bikin kayak villanya kalian untuk, voucher nih. Biasanya kan kalau voucher itu digunakan untuk contoh aku punya teman mau nikahan, and then biasanya kan, kalau Indonesia kan ngasih duit ya kan. Nah, kenapa nggak kasih voucher? Nah, itu bisa buy. Jadi biasanya bikin, package misalnya 2 hari, 1 malam gitu kan, villa A gitu. Masukin aja di, voucher, jadi dia bisa jual gitu. Terus selanjutnya kalau misalnya kalian punya kolaborasi dan sebagainya, "Oh, aku bisa jualin nggak?" Misalnya sebelahnya adalah golf gitu. Kalian bisa jualin di situ juga. Jadi, it's really good for you guys to add more, your revenue sih jatuhnya. Jadi, biasanya yang aku tekankan di situ sih kalau misalnya kalian punya activity atau apa sih yang bisa dicuanin gitu kan, itu masukin ke, voucher engines. Di mana voucher engine ini, bagus untuk kalian, "Oh, ternyata villa ini atau properti ini punya sesuatu yang lain loh, yang istilahnya nggak cuma untuk guest-nya doang, tapi untuk publik." Gitu. Jadi, you guys can provide anything, everything kan ya, gitu. Nah, biasanya ketika mereka misalnya klik buy gitu. Nah, apa yang mereka dapatkan itu biasanya, email, setelah dibayarkan itu akan dapat email sama barcode. Jadi, ketika misalnya orang mau redeem nih, gitu kan, dari sisinya, hotel ataupun dari sisinya villa, mereka akan nunjukin barcode-nya and then di-scan. gitu. Oke, next. Habis itu, nah ini sih yang tadi aku bisa bilang adalah customize design, itu kalian bisa desain sendiri. Terus user permission, kita punya users permissionnya ada banyak. Jadi kalian kalau misalnya mau bikin akses juga bisa. No limit. Terus redemption itu to simplify. Habis itu paymentnya. Nah untuk voucher sendiri kita hanya bisa connect saat ini dengan Doku gitu. Kalau yang gift vouchernya ya, kita ngomong gift vouchernya. Tapi kalau channel manajernya kita udah banyak kali bisa connect dengan payment gateway yang lain gitu. Ini khusus untuk gift voucher atau voucher engine yang tadi. Nah untuk analitiknya kita juga bisa kelihatan jadi berapa klik, package yang mana yang diminatin, seperti itu tuh kelihatan sih di situ. Lalu selanjutnya ini juga sangat dibutuhkan. Terutama untuk villa, kan sekarang banyak tuh villa manajemen, lalu hotel kan ya, lalu banyak juga agent, biasanya yang aku saranin adalah kalian pakai tuh staff feature yang TACT namanya travel agent, corporate travel module. Jadi sebenarnya gampangnya adalah ini itu akses login modelan untuk agent, modelannya kayak booking engine-nya khusus untuk agent. Jadi agent itu nggak perlu nanya, "Sis, tanggal sekian, aku ada grup nih, kalian ada nggak availability?" Nggak perlu kayak gitu. Mereka bisa punya, apa namanya, login ini, mereka bisa login sendiri, cek sendiri, booking sendiri, gitu. Jadi kalian udah leyeh-leyeh kan gitu ya, dapat, apa namanya, okupansinya full, gitu. Nah, benefit-nya ada di sini, ada dedicated dashboard, ada real time availability, terus special rate. Nah, special rate ini nanti dari sisinya properti yang akan set. Misalnya, agent A itu, dapat agreement-nya sekian persen, lalu agent B dapat sekian persen, itu automatically akan kelihatan sama agent-nya yang sudah dikasih login access tersebut, gitu. And then is comprehensive reservation management. Jadi fungsinya seperti itu sih untuk TACT. Sebentar. Nah, modelnya kayak gini. Jadi ini adalah yang dilihat dari agent-nya. Jadi ketika dia masuk, login, dia akan langsung cek availability-nya, harganya berapa, udah didiskon dengan agreement-nya. Gitu. Jadi agreement-nya berapa persen gitu kan. Ini automatically nanti dia akan kelihatan di situ. Gitu. Oke, lanjut. Nah, ini adalah sedikit marketing tips for Airbnb host dari kita. Mohon maaf kalau salah, nanti boleh di ini ya, di apa namanya, diperbaiki ya, Saju. For this, for marketing tips itu please showcase privacy and wellness, jangan lupa di-highlight. Karena biasanya yang memilih villa itu biasanya lebih memilih, "Aku nggak pengen interaksi sama tamu-tamu yang lain, aku pokoknya mau punya my own space." Jadi 75 of guests want private pools and then wellness features and then doesn't want to interact with anyone kan gitu ya. Terus habis itu yang kedua adalah short form videos. Jadi jangan lupa untuk highlight beberapa keunikan dari propertinya kalian gitu. Even like some spot, like a small spot atau mungkin benefit atau mungkin facility, please highlight that on your short video. Karena behavior dari TikTok atau misalnya kita ngomong apa sih, Instagram Reels ya kan, terus habis itu ada YouTube Short, I think, if I'm not mistaken, sorry. Tapi semakin behavior-nya adalah semakin pendek, dia akan semakin get the engagement, as long as message-nya kalian apa namanya, yang bikin video it's clear. Karena semakin sempit, semakin dapat guest itu atau yang melihat itu dapat clarity gitu. Terus yang ketiga adalah target digital nomads. Again, digital nomads butuhnya wifi ya kan, terus habis itu butuh meja, habis itu butuh tempat duduk yang nyaman, biasanya itu sih. Jadi it's adding like 30% untuk dia extending the stay. Terus over wellness package aku sempat ini sih apa namanya, bikin artikel juga bahwa again wellness package itu saat ini tuh lagi tren banget ya kan, somehow orang akan lihat, oh wellness nih, mereka akan booking tanpa tahu tuh di mana lokasinya gitu. Jadi it's quite interesting trend right now. Everyone wants yang pokoknya ada tulisan wellness nah gitu. Collect guest review kayak tadi 10 plus positive review, triple booking rates. Again, review is just ini sih apa namanya? It's just boosting your booking. Terus sama respon fast on messaging app. Jangan lupa dibalas ya message-nya ya. Gitu. Oke, lanjut. Nah, ini success story saat ini yang di Bali itu yang lumayan gede itu Alex Villas, lalu ada ini di luar Bali sih. Ini Plum Villas sama si Escapades. Ini kayaknya di Filipina deh kalau nggak salah. Jadi sebenarnya kita nggak cuma di Indonesia aja, tapi ada di luar Indonesia juga. Gitu. Nah, ini kalau misalnya mau scan, please do untuk tahu apa aja sih yang misalnya yang ada di Stah nih, fiturnya apa aja, terus nanti ada blog juga ada di sini. Nah, di sini ada evolution, jadi di dalam yang tadi itu ada apa aja itu ada di sini. Future proofing hotels kayak gitu-gitu. Lumayan menambah insight ya. Nah, terus abis itu kalau misalnya kalian punya teman ya, lagi cari channel manager, lagi cari booking engine, lagi cari voucher engine gitu, please do untuk bulan ini itu get New Zealand dollar 300 US dollar. Nanti tolong di scan atau kontak aku kalau punya nomor aku, nanti kita ngobrol deh gitu ya. 300 lumayan loh, sekitar 2,9 juta. Lumayan buat jajan ya. Udah, kalau ini kontak aku, please do reach me out. Nanti kalau misalnya bertanya apapun boleh, anytime, anything, tapi jangan Sabtu Minggu ya, minta tolong. Kita istirahat ya. Please do message me and anything kalau kalian punya pertanyaan, kalau kalian punya, aku boleh nggak kita bertemu dulu, ngopi-ngopi dulu yuk, kita ngobrol-ngobrol, boleh ya kan, kita kongko-kongko juga boleh, oke? Bentar ya Kak Ega. Lalu, nah ini nanti ya, nanti ketika kalian bertanya, nanti ada sesi bertanya. Tapi nanti dulu, tunggu sabar-sabar. Nanti dulu, nanti ada beberapa dari kalian akan get the prize. The more apa ya, kreatif apa namanya, pertanyaannya ya, nanti akan dapat voucher ya dari aku, voucher jajan. Oke. Jadi untuk ini apa namanya, nanti yang aku pilih, nanti please do scan ini, nanti kontak akun ini langsung ke WhatsApp aku untuk mencairkan voucher tersebut. Oke, teman-teman, tolong dicatat dulu pertanyaannya, terus nanti pas waktunya apa namanya bertanya, please do biar get the prize buat seneng-seneng. Oke, alright. Udah itu aja Mas Jo. Oke.
Terima kasih banyak Mbak Ulan. Mau tepuk tangan tapi virtual ya.
Ya, nggak
Terima
bisa.
kasih. Terima kasih banyak Mbak Ulan as a business development manager in Indonesia. Mbak Ulan ini based di Bali. Terima kasih insight-nya dari Stah. And while I'll introduce Saju from Airbnb, while Saju want to getting ready maybe to prepare the share screen, a little reminder again, little housekeeping, kalau teman-teman mau ada pertanyaan, nanti kita ada sesi pertanyaan di akhir, tapi bisa ditanyakan, bisa dilontarkan duluan pertanyaannya, kalau teman-teman lihat di bawah ada chat, nah di sebelah kanannya ada Q&A, bisa di situ, nanti kita terima, nanti akan kita jawab di session Q&A-nya. Oke, so
the mic is mine right now?
yeah, so
Alright.
we are now seeing the screen, so Saju,
Sure.
please.
Yeah, so thanks Joshua, thanks Ulan for inviting me to be present today, and of course to everyone, to all the hosts today. Welcome to our webinar today. As Ulan mentioned, this is our first collaboration webinar between Airbnb and Stah, so we are really excited to be here today. And thanks for spending your valuable afternoon with us. And we look forward to engage with you guys for the next 30 minutes. So first of all, let me actually share. Om Swastiastu, salam kenal semuanya. So allow me to introduce myself. I'm Saju. I'm the market manager for Indonesia, Thailand, and Singapore. So I'm based in Singapore, looking after Indonesia, specifically for Bali. I spend quite a lot of time there, and I used to be a hotelier. I used to work for Hyatt for 6 years. So I know the high and low of as a hotelier. So I'm here with you guys. All right. Maybe before we start, I have actually 2 QR code here that would like you guys to scan. For the left one, for those existing hosts on Airbnb. If you guys are already hosting on Airbnb, do scan the QR code on the left, input your profile, the user ID, because after this, we will be sharing with you guys the worksheet. Okay. Then for the hosts that have yet to host on Airbnb, maybe you are new, have yet to be on Airbnb. If you guys would like to connect with us, we have our Superhost Ambassador, Pak Kadek. You see that rating 4.91, amazing host. Scan the QR code, we can actually connect you with him. So 2 code, left for the existing host, right for the new host. I will be sharing this with you guys again at the end of the presentation. Right, take time. Okay, I will move on. So I think today the main agenda, I think a lot of hosts would like to understand how is the algorithm works, how the search ranking works. I think this is the quiz that a lot of hosts has been asking us. So the agenda for today, we have the optimizing your unbooked listing. I think this is very common question that the host asks. Your 6-month listing optimization tips, best practices on the pricing strategy, and of course, last but not least, the hosting tips to improve your listing quality. Just some quick note from our legal team, forward-looking statement here. So any forward-looking statement speak only as of the date of today's presentations. We don't guarantee anything based on information and estimate available to Airbnb at this time of presentation and are not guaranteed for future performance. All right. So let's get to the first topic, optimizing your unbooked listing. Right, so we can see that. So a lot of hosts has been asking us, right? How is actually Airbnb search ranking work? I think to share with all the hosts here today, we work quite differently from other platform. The birth of Airbnb actually is a home sharing platform. We are not like specifically designed for OTA, but we are actually started from the home sharing platform, where we actually allow the host, if you have a homes, if you have empty unit, you can actually list it. So over here, the way it works very different from other platforms. We don't have any campaign, we don't have loyalty program, you cannot adjust your commission to boost your visibility. I would say that actually for Airbnb, we are the platform with the highest organic traffic. Yeah, you can't actually like adjust the commission. You can't actually participate in any campaign. So this actually like make us different from other platforms. A lot of things need to be done by the host. So we empower the host to decide and do what is the best for you guys. Okay, so let's actually come to the booking funnel. We have the search ranking. When people look at your listing, then they will actually click your listing. Then after that, they will actually land to your landing page. Last but not least, booking conversion. This is what we hope to receive. So let's go to the first one. I think this is very, very important here. I would like to quickly highlight here. Price. That's why actually you have Star as your partner. I mean, when you guys connect with Star, then at the same time on Airbnb, we have the similar listing feature that you guys can use. Second thing, effective listing page. Airbnb will encourage the host to use more creative words. So for example, 1 bedroom with pool view at Canggu, near Atlas Beach Club, near Finch Beach Club. highlight that specific location that is unique to you. Maybe in Ubud, maybe in rice paddy field. This is something that we always encourage the host to implement in your listing details. Photo, very important. Hosts always actually ask like, why is so important about photo? Because on our data, guests spend 40% of the time when they look at the photo before they confirm the booking. I think if you guys go to Airbnb, search for Ubud, there are 1,000 over listing over there. Yeah, so the guests really spend a lot of time looking at the photo before they make the booking. Popular amenities, so in Bali, ensure that just as Wulan mentioned, your Wi-Fi need to be fast, whether you have any workspace, then after that you have any pool, yeah, do highlight that on your listing description. Last but not least, again, by using Star, you don't need to go through like different extranet. The faster you respond to the guest. So on Airbnb, sometimes the faster you respond, normally they will actually put like, oh, this host responds within 1 hour, within 2 hours, within 3 hours. It helps you with the conversions here. I think to the host, another features that you guys can try to implement here, when you guys have new booking or any booking that have yet to receive any bookings, adopt new listing promotion. This really help you guys to gain the first 3 bookings. Okay, so the data we have, 50% of the listing that receive the first booking, they do adopt new listing promotions. Second thing, that's why actually you have channel manager, there's also Star here. When you guys cross-listed to other platform, you guys worried about duplicate booking, double booking. That's where actually the channel manager come in, because instant book here do helps with conversions. Yeah. All right, so this is just some of like how your listing will appear when you guys adopt the new listing promotion. You have the strike through, you have the new line item, and you have the special call out. Yeah, because on Airbnb, we value a lot about the review. That's why if you have a new listing and you have the listing with the review, which one the guest will choose? So sometimes because this have the guest favorite badge compared to the one that is new. So in order for you as a host to attract the first 3 booking, this new listing promotion will really come in handy. Okay. Okay, we come to click-through. So I will give you an example here. So as I mentioned to you, it is quite important for you guys to come in and adjust your amenities, ensure that all amenities has been updated, like your aircon, your pool. You see, so I highlight earlier, we have this guest favorite. Yeah. All right, let's move on. So listing landing page, first 5 photo, straightforward. Always highlight the best part of your listing. First 5 photo, especially your first one, we call it the hero shots. That really important over here. So some of the hosts in general always make the mistake. They always have the repetition of the photo. What you guys can do, select the best 5 photo, whether your pool, whether your bedroom, whether your bathroom, whether your living room, maximize this. Last but not least, of course, the booking conversion, page view to booking. Yeah, so just now I shared already, these are the few steps. So when the guests look at a certain listing and decided to book. So as a host, you guys need to understand the guest point of view, how they look for certain listing, how your listing appear on our platform. Okay, so we will be sharing with you this sheet. I think it's very handy, especially for your e-commerce team, for your revenue team. So later on, do scan the QR code for the existing hosts, because this will actually help you guys to do like some sort of the exercise to see whether your listing is performing well. What else you guys can do to optimize the listing along the way. Okay. Yeah, so do really scan the QR code. We will be actually sharing with you this sheet. We have been conducting the workshop in person to the host in Bali. Sometimes we do it in Jakarta as well. And this will be really come in handy for the host. Okay. right? Yeah. One tips to the host, always use your Insight Opportunities Hub. Go to your Insight, go to your Opportunities Hub. This will be your one-stop center for you guys to look at it, because sometimes a lot of hosts, they always forget certain amenities. They have it, but they do not actually apply or even go and update on our platform. Okay, I will bring to, yeah, so come to the Insight, you will see the opportunities. You will have the conversion, so you guys can see the views here. So how well your page view compared to similar listing. Is your similar listing is performing better than your listing, meaning that it's quite worrying. You guys need to do something to boost the page view over here. Yeah, so this I already bring to you guys, conversions view. Again, really just key messages here is very important. Go to Insight, go to your Opportunities Hub Performance. You will see all the data that you guys need on our platform. Okay, so just example here. Yeah, so go to menu, Insight. Yeah, all these actually, you see, like maybe some of the hosts, they forget, oh, I forget to activate my instant book. I forget to activate my short stay. I forget to adopt maybe free parking. Yeah. So please be reminded that come in to the Insight Opportunities Hub and use this to your advantage. Okay, I think I will skip this. It's quite similar. Okay. Yeah, couple of discounts here that I would like to bring you guys to your point that we have early bird discount. So early bird, based on our data, any host that apply early bird tend to have booking 2.5 times longer than the lead time in general. So when you apply the discount ahead, your listing is appear like this. Yep. Okay, then this for the monthly and weekly. So imagine that when you guys didn't apply any discount on our platform, compared to the listing that have discount, which listing will you choose? Of course, we also need to look at how attractive the price is. Just to share the general trend on Airbnb, people tend to book long period of stay. For example, in Jakarta, in Bali, yeah, people actually utilize Airbnb to search for long period of stay. And this last minute, of course, you can apply actually as close as like to 7 days to 28 days. This actually help you guys to close the sandwich nights. At the same time, of course, to get last minute booking. I think in Bali, recently due to the occupancy, so a lot of hosts have been actually utilizing the last minute discount on our platform. Okay, so I will bring you guys some of the, I think, tips to improve the listing quality. I'm sure, I think all here are from hotel hospitality background. You guys have the experience, no doubt. Just want to like to bring you guys to the point where like how this will actually help you guys to improve your listing visibility on our platform. Yes, so on our end, in average, the quality on Airbnb platform, the listing that performing well is 4.7. So do pay attention to the quality. Get the review as what Wulan mentioned to you. Well, what are the impact actually here? Help you with the visibility, ranking algorithm, of course, help you with the booking conversion. Then you can demand higher ADR. Last but not least, on our end, we have the superhost status. At the same time, we have the guest favorite listing. This will help you with the conversions. Okay, maybe at the chat, mungkin di dalam chat ada besar yang tulis di dalam chat. Anyone already have guest favorite listing so far? Sudah ada yang ada guest favorite listing? Maybe someone already have the top 1%, top 5% as well. Okay, so mungkin banyak yang sering tanya ya, how actually as a host, I can get a guest favorite listing. The criteria is very straightforward here. You need at least 5 reviews. The rating in general is 4.9. We consider all the quality categories. This is coming from the guest review. Check-in, cleanliness, accuracy, host communication, location, and value. That's why it is quite important sometimes when you guys, like, as what Wulan mentioned to you, all the features that Star have, it helps you guys with the accuracy, with the communication, yeah, with the cleanliness, like how you communicate with the guests. And last but not least, the complaint rate that the guests raise to our support during the stay with you guys. So hopefully during the stay, they don't log any ticket or they don't log any complaint to the support. One thing good about guest favorite is updated daily. So Superhost updated every 3 months, but guest favorite is quite dynamic. It's updated daily. So all the hosts has the opportunity to get the guest favorite listing daily. Okay. Yep. So this one I would like to share. This is the highlight. We already, if your listing is not performing well, we have the bottom 10%, but at the same time, we want to reward the hosts that are performing well. So we have the top 1 to top 10%. We give you the golden guest favorite. Yeah. So this really set you apart. So imagine that you have 2 listings side by side. I have the golden guest favorite. I have the bottom 10%. From guest point of view, which one would you choose? Right? So to recap again, the average occupancy of the listing for guest favorite tend to perform higher than those who without guest favorite listing. So my key messages here is very clear. Try to get your review, encourage the guests to leave you guys review. At the same time, to maintain the quality of the rating. This will really help you guys with the search visibility and also the algorithm over here. Okay, I think these are the few things that I would like to recap here. Like the opportunity, like accurate listing detail, you guys already know, cleanliness, essential amenities, early check-in, proactive communication. On our end, try to be very transparent with the guests. If you guys have constructions, if you guys have anything about the listing details, do highlight that and be transparent to the guests. Okay, so yeah, listing detail, remember about the house rules, about the catchy title that I highlight earlier, and of course, use the high quality photo. And I think one tips though here, try to regularly update your listing photo and details. If you guys think, when you guys look at the views slightly to go down already, one tips that I can share with you guys here, change the listing title, the photo to reshuffle, edit some of the listing description. This will really help. Like cleanliness, of course, I think this is very important. Yeah, when people come to a villa, when they will check in, yeah, then they of course would like to see something that is clean, yeah, pleasant to the eyes. Essential amenities, same things again. I think these are quite common. I think for Indonesia overall, we do know there's the basic amenities that we need to provide to the guests. Yeah, this is just a couple of the amenities on Airbnb that are quite popular. This is globally, but Bali, I can share that is like aircon, Wi-Fi, pool. These are the top 3 for Bali. Yeah, then I think Wulan mentioned remote workers. If you guys would like to attract more digital nomad, this is very important. So on Airbnb, you have the function actually to highlight how fast your Wi-Fi speed. If you guys actually just go search verify Wi-Fi speed Airbnb, you guys can actually already verify your Wi-Fi speed. It will appear on your listing description. All right. Then early check-in, easy check-in. So to the host on Airbnb, remember to update your arrival guide. This is very important to ensure that the check-in is smooth and seamless. This is part of one of the rating that will determine whether you have guest favorite listing or not. Last but not least, yes, communication. Yeah. Yep. So this is the arrival guide that I mentioned to you guys. Do remember to highlight this. Okay. Yeah. Schedule messages, same thing, quick replies. Utilize this as well. Okay. Yep. So these are the key takeaways that I would like to share. Yeah, as I mentioned, the average rating is 4.7. Focus on the things that guests care and learn from, improve from the reviews. Okay, let me bring you to a guide here. Give me a second. Okay. So I would like to bring you from the guest point of view. For example, when they look for a villa in Bali. Okay, right now I'm in Singapore. I would like to travel to Ubud for holiday. Okay, I take example here. 2 guests. What you guys can see here, I think in general, a lot of those listing with guest favorite listing will appear first. That's why I mentioned to you, it is very important. The superhost is very important. High quality rating is very important. This is the first page. Let's us go to the third page. Yeah, you guys still can see, same thing again. Guest favorite, superhost, guest favorite. And we have the filter here, 1000 over listing. When I click guest favorite listing, you see the impact can be huge. Then aircon, instant book, self check-in. So imagine that if you guys forget to adopt all the amenities, your listing will be automatically filtered and it won't be shown to the guests. See, that's now from 1000 over listing. Right now, I only have 105 listing for the guests to select. So this is the journey. One thing to remind the host here, self check-in. When it comes to self check-in, right? Okay, let me bring you guys here. Give me a second. Yep. In general, Bali would like to extend the Bali hospitality. We understand this part. So, because an Airbnb, we are a global company, we need to customize to the global audience. If you guys have the villa managers, if you guys have the front desk 24/7, if you guys have someone to welcome the guests upon arrival, we recommend you guys to select building staff. Because you guys just now can see that already, the self check-in is the filter can really impact your visibility over here. When you guys click in-person greeting, and this one actually help you get the self check-in. Yeah, so bear in mind of this. Okay, almost done. Come to here. This is the data in general. So the guests, the more frequently you update the price. That's why actually sometimes if you guys cross-listed to other platform like, for example, Booking.com, Agoda, Airbnb, you guys would like to prevent duplicate listing, then you guys also would like to update the price. That's why you guys actually like engaging channel managers like stuff. So from our data, the more frequent you update the price, yeah, it will actually help your listing to get more bookings. Okay. And I think to the host here, I would like to specifically mention here that we have a tool called the similar listing pricing. You guys can select the date. You guys can see the listing surrounding you guys. Whether like how's the price, how's the listing look like, how's actually they present the listing. This will actually help you guys to stay relevant and competitive in the market. Yep, so it look like this. We give you a view of like how the book listing and also the unbooked listing. In a way, you can CSI the similar listing nearby. So you want to see, I want to see like, oh, this listing, how come I don't have bookings yet? So maybe I go and CSI, I go and check, oh, actually my price is not that competitive. Then I think that I should go and change the price of here. Yep, so come to the end of the presentation today. I mean, for Airbnb, we do have 2 community led by the community leader. This is the official page from Airbnb. We have the Bali one on the right. We have the Jakarta Indonesia overall on the left. So Bali, we have three amazing leaders, Ibu Ayu, Pak Kadek, Bu Citra, and Jakarta, we have two community leaders, Pak Devin and Pak Heru. All actually are our amazing leaders. So from time to time, we do organize like event, best sharing practices. You guys can feel free to scan the QR code and you guys can join over here. Okay. Yep. Once again, thank you for the time. On the left, if you guys would like to receive the worksheet that I mentioned to you, scan the QR code on the left. Then if you do have some time for today, the workshop, the webinar, do scan the QR code. Do me and Wulan a favor by scan the QR code on the right. Then roughly we can see that what topics that we can cover next time. I will leave it here like for 1 minute. Then after that, we can proceed with the Q&A. Okay, maybe 1 minute, just a quick one. So on the left, do scan the QR code if you guys would like to receive the worksheet. On the right, yeah, do me and Wulan a favor, scan the QR code so that we know like how the topic that you guys would like us to cover in the future, what kind of the best practices that you guys would like to hear from us. All right, I think that's all for me. Once again, thank you so much for the time. I think on behalf of Star, Wulan, and Airbnb, and myself, and Joshua, we thank you for your valuable afternoon to spend with us today. So, terima kasih, Suksama. So, I will hand over back to Joshua.
Terima kasih, thank you, Suksama, Saju, for the presentation. And for all the participants, hope you already scanned the QR code that Saju provide. And also after this event, we will distribute and share the content and the recording as well. So if you like to revisit the topics, would like to have some check of what inside, so bisa dilihat lagi nanti rekamannya. Terima kasih untuk Saju, untuk insight dari Airbnb-nya. Diinfokan juga tadi pricing penting juga, hingga konten, karena juga pada akhirnya tamu tidak hanya melihat pricing, tapi menentukan apa kebutuhannya di properti atau di listing, dibilangnya ya. Terima kasih, thank you. And now we're going to the Q&A. We receiving some. So Mbak Wulan and Saju, can you see the Q&A tab?
Yeah.
So we received the pertanyaan pertama dari Mbak Anik, ini lebih ke Stah ya. Jadi ditanyakan, apakah Stah bisa menarik report akurat untuk tiap revenue dari semua OTA dengan net revenue? Net revenue artinya exclude commission each OTA. Apakah ada pernah terjadi risk, bug di sistem dalam sebulan di sistem Stah about last minute booking confirm? Is it directly appear on the system, not waiting for a few minutes? Mungkin lebih ke apakah ada jeda waktu kalau last minute booking confirm, seperti itu, Mbak Wulan. Mungkin bisa.
Dijawab ya. Ini aku klik yang answer live ini apa enggak sih Mas Jo? Enggak ya?
Nanti bisa kok. Itu cuma bentuk notification aja.
Right, oke, Mbak Ani, thank you so much ya untuk pertanyaannya, it's quite interesting. Apakah Stah tarik report akurat untuk tiap revenue dari semua OTA dengan net revenue? Nah, di Stah ini kita emang ada comprehensive report, dia akan summarize dari all the OTA menjadi satu, jadi Airbnb sendiri, nanti ada booking sendiri, nanti akan ada comparison-nya kan. Nah, namun itu tidak net revenue, jadi itu masih termasuk dengan commission, kayak gitu. Nah, apakah pernah terjadi risk bug di sistem dalam sebulan di sistem? So far sih belum ada ya sis ya, tapi jangan sampai ada. Cuman biasanya kita itu akan ada maintenance pastinya, dimanapun itu teknologi pasti akan ada namanya maintenance. Nah, biasanya ketika ada kita scheduling maintenance, nanti kita akan kasih tahu teman-teman hotelier itu nanti ada kayak pop up gitu di dashboard untuk dikasih tahu dari tanggal berapa. Misalnya contoh in a few days dalam periode jam sekian sampai jam sekian gitu kan ya. Itu nanti akan ada di dashboard as a notification. Gunanya apa? Gunanya untuk kalian aware, satu, yang kedua nggak panik gitu kan. Even let's say it's not outside gitu. Mungkin ada beberapa OTA yang lagi maintenance, terus habis itu error atau gimana gitu ya. Nah, nanti akan ketika OTA itu ngasih tahu ke kita, nanti kita akan ngasih masuk di notification itu. Jadi gunanya untuk kalian aware aja sih biar nggak panik. Itu sih sebenarnya. Jadi so far kalau misalnya kita ngomong bug, so far masih belum ada. Tapi kalau misalnya maintenance biasanya ada karena kita kan pasti every single time atau mungkin every Q1, Q2 itu biasanya kita ada update features. Biasanya kita butuh waktu untuk lebih ke maintenance sama update gitu sih. About last minute big booking confirm, is it directly appear on system not waiting a few minutes? No, enggak, langsung kok. Jadi dia ada memang, kan biasanya kalau nge-push kan pasti butuh berapa second kan ya. Tapi nggak sampai minutes gitu. Oke, apakah sudah menjawab Mbak Ani? Mana nih? Mbak Aninya hilang. Oh ya, udah hilang ya?
Iya, sudah terjawab. Nanti kalau ada mungkin pertanyaan, oh sudah. Terima kasih Mbak Nik. Nanti
Makasih ya Mbak
bisa,
Ani.
kalau ada
Diklik.
feedback mungkin bisa dilanjut di webinar chatnya. Jadi biar flow-nya lebih cair juga. Jadi
Kita banyak sekali pertanyaannya.
Oh iya, Sanju
banyak
ya.
sekali pertanyaannya. Ya.
Okay, next
Kita sambil
one.
satu-satu. Kalau lihat ada dari Pak Hendro,
Ya,
Pak
Pak
Jo.
Hendro,
Ini untuk
oke,
PBN.
quickly itu ya, menjawab pertanyaan Pak Hendro dengan cepat. Superhost rating setiap 3 bulan 4,8, then after that response rate 90%, cancellation rate nothing. Ya, so important 4,8. Setelah itu bisa response rate. Bapak sebenarnya bisa ke Bapak punya insight. Bapak lihat Superhost, Bapak bisa lihat Bapak punya perkembangan di sana. Superhost statusnya sudah tercapai belum? Kalau sudah tercapai, biasanya 3 bulan setelahnya itu sudah bisa dikasih tahu bahwa Bapak sudah congratulations, you are actually get the Superhost status. Oke, thank you. Let's move on.
Cepat sekali.
Thank you. So next question, wah Anonymous. Gimana kita memberikan hadiah kalau Anonymous? Dari siapa ini?
Iya
So
loh.
ini untuk Mbak Wulan. Silakan Mbak.
Oke, untuk Wulan. Oke. Jika kita memiliki 200 plus properti, apakah kita akan tetap mengambil satu persatu di staff? Ih, ngapain Mbak? Kita ada backup.
Ini kayaknya sama dengan pertanyaan dengan Ibu Ika, dari Ibu Ika ya. Yang di
Oh,
bawah.
berdua ya? Oh
Ya.
iya, kayaknya double deh. Oke, aku langsung jump in Mbak Ika. Oke, jadi when you pay for some technology, it should be ini ya, as a solution. Jadi buat apa bayar tapi one by one gitu kan. We do have features bug update, jadi dirimu tinggal update aja, sekali aja, nanti dia automatically langsung masuk gitu. Ada apakah bisa bergerak dalam hal yielding harga based on aku ya, as long as biasanya kalau misalnya kita ngomong yielding, kita punya yang namanya dynamic pricing sih Kak Ika. Jadi kita punya feature dynamic pricing. Namun untuk dynamic pricing ini itu tidak ada di vacation rental apa namanya produknya kita yang channel manager, di mana yang satu dashboard dia bisa semua villa. Cuman we do have the dynamic pricing features. Nanti kita bertemu ya, nanti aku tunjukin seperti apa. Jadi dirimu enggak ngawang gitu di dalamnya. Terus apakah menghitung okupansi yang datang dari blockingan owner which is tanpa revenue? Maksudnya data apakah real time? Kalau real time, yes. Aku akan menjawab yang real time, yes. Jadi dia automatically akan nge-push langsung. Misalnya contoh, dirimu ada bookingan dari booking engine atau let's say dari OTA gitu. Dia automatically akan langsung updating real time ke channel manager. Cuman aku harus dissect more about blockingan owner nih. Maksudnya apakah dia punya akses sendiri kah? Mulai dari PMS-nya atau gimana? Please nanti let me know ya. Nanti kita ngobrol lagi deh gitu. So far aman ya Mbak Ika ya? Udah, itu aku udah menjawab ya.
Oke, terima kasih. Kalau dijawab Mbak Wulan boleh klik and answer live. Jadi sekarang berikutnya kepada Pak Penny. Ini sepertinya lebih kepada staff ya. Kalau untuk pertanyaannya. Dari Pak Beni Prayoga dari Eden The Residence at the Sea Seminyak. Apakah memungkinkan, is it possible to make a new room type, for example, 2-bedroom villa, but the allotment already taken from other type of room that already existing? For example, 3-bedroom villas. Jadi ketika ada pesanan masuk untuk 2 bedroom, otomatis allotment 3 bedroom
Iya,
juga
iya.
ikut berkurang.
Oke, makasih Pak Benny. Ini sih biasanya memang ditanyakan. Jadi maksudnya adalah dirimu akan creating a new red plan kan gitu ya. Jadi master roomnya, master inventory-nya adalah 3 bedroom, and then ketika dirimu bikin red plan yang 2 bedroom, apakah yang 3 bedroom akan berkurang gitu kan jatuhnya? Yes. Jadi dirimu bisa bikin seperti itu. Jadi nanti tipe kamarnya 3 bedroom, and then nanti akan ada linked 2 bedroom. And then ketika misalnya salah satu itu ke booking, dia akan automatically akan menutup salah satunya itu lagi. Jadi ya bisa kok, aman.
Oke, terima kasih. Berikutnya aku lanjut ke sebentar ya. Ada Ibu Dwi Yuniati. I think this is more into Airbnb, itu Saju.
Oke.
Ya.
Yep. Jadi Bu Dwi ya, thanks for sharing your insight of difference between discount and promotion which bring more visibility. Okay, Ibu. Okay, let me quickly share my screen here. Oke, Bu. Jadi buat semua host hari ini, di Airbnb kita ada beberapa diskon ya. Sebenarnya staff sudah ada membuat merchandising perks-nya juga di sini. Buat lebih gampang, 5 discount on the left are non-stackable. Jadi banyak host sering sekali khawatir kalau sudah menggunakan diskon, apakah mereka semua stackable. Kadang-kadang kan ada yang stackable, ada yang nggak stackable. Jadi entar kalau saya sudah apply banyak diskon, saya hanya terima 40% of the profit. So rest assured, diskon semua di sini are non-stackable. Yang stackable apa saja? Yang sebelah kanan. Rule set sama non-refundable cancellation policy. Dan kalau pertanyaan Bu Dwi, apakah diskon yang mana yang sebenarnya lebih bagus impact-nya berdasarkan discount application priority. Jadi new listing promotion itu nomor 1, custom discount, length of stay, early bird, and last minute. Yeah, so this is my answer to your questions. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Saju. We're still receiving some question, but we maybe might limit into some times. So after this, maybe Saju and Wulan would also like to share like the context maybe into the chat, and we'll reshare the context again. So next ya. Oke, berikutnya Ibu Ima. Does Staff provide analytics or insight specific to Airbnb performance, such as booking trends or guest demographic?
Oke, makasih Bu Ima. Sebenarnya kalau misalnya kita ngomong masalah analitik as a guest behavior, itu tuh dari salah satu OTA itu enggak sih, tapi lebih ke di area. Dan itu tuh kebetulan bukan Airbnb sih, jadi kita di-provide sama booking.com. Jadi nanti ada market analytic, itu nanti Bu Ima bisa cross klik di situ. Nanti dia akan providing data untuk area tersebut atau area propertinya Bu Ima nih kayak gitu. Misalnya di Solo sendiri apa, Jogja apa, kayak gitu-gitu sih. Nanti kelihatan. Jadi dia lebih ke booking behavior as a general gitu. Gitu sih Bu Ima, soalnya Bu Ima. Ya.
Terima kasih Ibu Ima. Ini berikut Ibu Ika. Ini Ibu Ika yang lain atau Ibu Ika yang sama?
Ini kayaknya e-commerce Solo deh, Mas.
Oke. Halo, selamat siang Mbak Wulan dan Saju. Saya memiliki beberapa pertanyaan. Jika kami memiliki account, if we are already have a Airbnb account that already connect with channel manager, and if several our listing already connect with Stah, could it be connect from one account of Airbnb with 2 channel managers? And then the second question, untuk cleaning dan service fee, menurut Saju apakah harus diisi? So your recommendation, Saju, for the cleaning fee and service fee, is it need to fill?
Ada notice. Oke. Mungkin saya jawab dulu yang pertanyaan nomor 1 sama 2. Pertanyaan nomor 1, for Airbnb satu account hanya boleh 1 channel manager. Tidak bisa combine with other channel managers. So this is the limitation that we have. Okay. Then number 2, cleaning fee, service fee. Tadi mungkin kalian sudah melihat. Jadi kita sekarang Airbnb kita display all the fee. Come back again to your site. how attractive your final price. Jadi tergantung dari kalian. When you guys already set the cleaning fee and the service fee, how does it contribute to the final price? Is your final price competitive enough, attractive enough compared to the similar listing? Ya, ada host yang sudah include the final price, ada host yang add on additional fee, but everything come back again to your final price. Ya, okay. I think yang ketiga Ulan.
Ya, oke. Apakah Stah ada notice jika red plan channel tiba-tiba terputus? So far itu kita nggak pernah ada isu kayak gini deh. Kecuali kalau belum ada sih kalau misalnya notif. Oh, katanya ada. Mohon maaf. Ini baru diupdate sama partner support kita. Baru ada enhancement bahwa di Stah udah ada kok. Barusan ada. Jadi nanti jangan khawatir, nanti akan ada notice ketika red plan channel tiba-tiba terputus. Aman. Mbak Ika, kasih. Oke, lanjut Mas Jo.
Okay, several other question. Sebentar, apakah Stah dapat import data bulk update existing booking? Ini jawabannya, aku langsung jawab saja ya. Ini bisa untuk bulk update. Kemudian, sebentar. Dari Bu Ika Nurhayati, satu lagi boleh spill berapa cost yang harus kita bayar untuk Stah connectivity?
Aku langsung aja jawab, Mbak Ika. Nanti kita ngobrol ya. Aman, nanti kita telepon-teleponan, oke?
Oke, berikutnya ada pertanyaan untuk Saju. We are one property with some of inventory and we connected the channel manager as well. Which one is better in Airbnb? Only one listing and covering all the inventory, or we create some listing and compete each other?
Okay, so to address this question, there's no right or wrong answer, but what I can share is the best practices. It depends on how big your team member, the operation team. So what I have seen in the market that if you have like, for example, 20 rooms, what the other hosts they do, maybe they will create like around 2 to 3 listing, because at the same time, sometimes, like we cannot predict if this listing being suspended due to like certain cases, at least you still have another 2 listing to sell on the market, on the platform. And that's why actually it is important for you guys to have the channel managers that have perhaps maybe can help you guys to cover the representative inventory. So for example, when you guys sell 1 room already, the allotment will be reduced. So this will actually help your daily operation. So come back again to your operation, how many manpower that you guys have, how hands-on that you guys have. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Saju. And another one for Saju is from Pak Agus Dion. Hi, Saju. I'm Dion from Adiwana Resort Jembawan. If in Airbnb there is visibility booster like other OTA to increase ranking.
Very straightforward, but my answer is that we don't have. I think I already highlighted from the beginning, all our traffic is organic. We don't have any campaign, we don't have any program. Yes, unlike other platforms. So what the host can do, optimize your listing, utilize the discount, maintain the quality, get the super host, get the guest favorite listing. Thank you.
Thank you. Kemudian berikutnya ini untuk Stah, untuk Mbak Ulan dari Ibu Kade Evi Sopiantari. Can we see through Stah channel managers the vouchers VCC details, so we don't need to open the OTA extranet to get the VCC details to be charged?
Bisa kok, ada di detail bookingannya. Begitu, Kakak.
Oke. Sorry Mbak Ulan sudah klik ini kan ya. Oke. Next ada dari Mbak Ima. Kembali Mbak Ima, what key steps can host take to qualify for and keep the guest favorite recognition consistently? So it's for Saju, I think.
For which question?
The tips from Ibu Ima. What key steps can host take to qualify and keep the guest favorite recognition consistently.
Okay, but for the steps that we can actually like share, consistently get 5-star review, I think that's very important. And just now I already shared over the presentation, used all the features that we have, like the scheduled messages, the arrival guide, ensure that all the information is up to date. So the guests, we are being transparent to them. They can see the arrival guide, the check-in guide. So ensure that all of this is being addressed. So when they check in, they know what they get, and it doesn't usually like cause any misunderstanding between the host and the guest. So my key messages here: get 5-star review.
Thank you, Saju. So consistency to manage. And then next from Bapak Jaka Dharma. Kekuatan Airbnb adalah salah satunya di messaging chat. So the power of Airbnb, one of them is messaging chat. Is it for Airbnb and Stah integration? If we go into system, could it be doing like multiple messaging in Stah bila kita ada di satu room dengan tipe 20 kamar, artinya ada 20 listing chat reservasi yang confirm. Dengan fitur messaging itu, apakah bisa dilakukan di dashboard Stah? Seperti itu kira-kira.
Yes, jadi tadi sempat kontak di WhatsAppku. Terima kasih Kak Jaka. Jadi again aku udah info bahwa untuk chat itu nggak yang multiple satu dashboard, enggak, tapi lebih ke kayak one bookingan nanti akan ada logo chat itu sendiri. Jadi one bookingan will be one chat gitu. Jadi nggak kebingungan walaupun itu sebenarnya one room type dengan 20 kamar. Jadi satu room type tapi kan namanya berbeda-beda kan nanti bookingannya kan. Nggak mungkin nanti akan jadi satu. Ribet ya Kak. Jadi nanti abis ini kan kita udah ngobrol, nanti kita short video call untuk aku kasih tunjuk seperti apa looks-nya, interface-nya. Makasih.
Terima kasih Mbak Ulan. Jadi itu lebih ke di page bookingnya ya, yang kita melihat reservasinya. Oke, kemudian ini mungkin last one. Apakah satu listing di Airbnb bisa link ke 3 room type di Stah? Contohnya 3 bedroom villas, 2 bedroom villas, 1 bedroom villas untuk satu properti. Ini sepertinya seperti pertanyaan pertama dari Bu Ika ya, related to link room. Ya.
Bisa kok, nanti aman. Bisa. Nanti kalau butuh, let's say butuh lebih ke demo gimana sih di dalamnya Stah dan sebagainya, please just contact me, please call me. I can be like a call girl ya kan. Aku bisa datang juga, bisa online whatsoever itu yang bisa ngebantu kalian. Jangan sampai info yang kita kasih itu setengah-setengah kan gitu ya. Jadi it's just to make everyone get the clarity. Jadi tidak bertanya-tanya, tidak mengambang dan akhirnya berasumsi kan begitu ya teman-teman semua ya. Oke, nanti aku tunggu kontaknya lah, boleh aman, nggak akan aku ghosting kok.
Oke, terima kasih Mbak Ulan dan Saju. Dan tadi ada beberapa pertanyaan juga, saya infokan lagi, teman-teman nanti juga akan dapat recordingnya. You will get the recording and the content of presentation for all this whole event. So if you would like to revisit, and setelah cek materinya ada yang mau ditanyakan kembali, silakan hubungi Mbak Ulan juga dan Saju. Kalau mau scan QR code-nya nanti juga akan ada dikirimkan recordingnya. So, is there any like closing statement from both of you guys before we wrap up this webinar?
I think just now some hosts asked me like ping me about the QR code. Let me quickly flag it first.
Sure.
Then they can scan the QR code. Ya,
Yeah.
jadi buat Bapak yang sebelah kiri yang ingin mendapatkan worksheet-nya, itu bisa di-scan QR code yang di sebelah kiri. Okay, take your time. For any new host, you can scan on the right.
You want to share? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, then later we will take some time for Wulan to share the QR code for the gift.
Yeah,
Okay,
wait a second. Yeah, you can just.
Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so please scan the QR code, then I will hand over to Ulan. Then give me a second, let me stop share.
Tunggu. Wait a second. I think because there is a lot of question, I think I will choose one of you. Actually, in this session, I have kind of surprise for you. So people that have a question for us will get voucher untuk jajan ya di Shopee. Nanti please do contact me. You guys know my number, and then I will see the question again, and then I will choose some people because I provide like 5 vouchers for you guys, and then just sending to you for your coffee break in your weekend gitu ya teman-teman ya. Tapi thank you so much sudah mau ikut apa namanya webinar ini. Nanti untuk vouchernya nanti aku langsung kirim melalui Shopee Pay, oke? Oke, itu aja sih dari aku. Thank you so much. Nanti kita kontak-kontakan lagi di luar ini. Makasih.
Terima kasih Mbak Ulan. Thank you Saju also for your
Thank you.
time. Thank you all the participants for joining in.
Happy
Hope all
weekend.